What is up, beautiful people of YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Sorry if this is a little shaky. I'm currently driving down the interstate, and so I'm on my way to Shithead's shop so I can drop the tins off. So, not entirely sure what all we will do this week, but for certain, that box of parts back there is going to paint. And I may wire the bike this week. I don't know. I guess we will see where the week goes. I'm not even sure if Shithead wants to be on camera or will let me film at his shop, but I guess we'll find out when we get there. We'll figure out where this video is going. Who knows? You guys may never even see this. But I will catch up with you guys in a bit. Alright, everybody. So we are here at the shop. There's Shithead back there. And he's got a lot going on in here. So I'm giving him a lot of creative freedom with this. He knows the color schemes I want, and I'm going to trust him because he does amazing work. That right there, I don't know how much I'm supposed to show, but that's Drew's bike for People's Champ. Voting's coming up soon on that. Make sure you vote for it. And just lots of work. He's a busy man, so I'm going to shut the hell up, and he's going to tell us about what he does and what he likes and all that.
All right, well, for the last 6 years, I've done my own thing, just painting choppers. I've made a whole business out of just choppers, parts, and everything like that. Flame seems to be the specialty area that I landed in, so I kind of just go with that. Other than that, molded bikes, molded frames, 60s, 70s looking stuff. That's what I like doing. I basically just paint what I like all the time. And it seems to have worked out and stuck pretty well.
Alright guys, I'm going to get out of his hair because he's a busy guy and he's got a lot of work to do on that bike for Drew. Again, that voting opens up on the
February 2nd.
February 2nd. So Thursday, that's going to open up. You guys need to go vote for Drew. And again, Shithead, amazing painter. He's going to do some great work. Really excited for it. Alright everybody, so as you saw, the tins got dropped off with Shithead. And I'm either like number 10 or number 11 on the books, so that puts us about 8 weeks out on that paint, which means this project is coming to a little bit of a screeching halt, and that is fine because we have some awesome stuff coming up. We've got Mama Tried in 2 weeks, as well as a lot of stuff going on at the shop. But today, for the first time this year, I am going to go ride my Indian Springfield. I know a lot of you seem to think that I've just forgotten about this bike and only care about choppers, and that's not entirely true. I still love this bike, I just really love choppers. So I'm gonna hop on this, take the long way to the shop because it's pretty nice, right over to the new shop, show you guys some of the stuff we got done last week, as well as some of the stuff that we have to get done soon, as well as ask your guys' opinion on a few things. So those of you who have not been around the channel for very long, this right here is my 2016 Indian Springfield. And it's got Freedom True Dual exhaust on it. We're going to go ahead and we're going to do a cold start on this. So let me put the camera down here and let you guys hear this baby roar. First time she has fired up this year. So let's get after it. 2016 Indian Springfield with Freedom True Dual exhaust cold start. I forgot how loud this bike is. Alrighty, so I'm going to let the bike warm up for a minute, and then I'm going to throw on my gear, and we're going to go for a bit of a ride. So I'll see you guys in just a second. Alrighty, so we're up here at the new shop. On the way here, there were some Girl Scouts selling cookies in the cold, so I stopped and grabbed a couple boxes. You know, I've spent a lot of time helping with Scouts and whatnot. Spent a lot of time in Scouts as a kid, and you constantly hear everybody talking these days about how they want kids to get out and do stuff. Well, if you want kids to get out and do stuff, when you see Boy Scouts selling popcorn or Girl Scouts selling cookies, go buy some, because that money goes directly to those troops and those packs. So if there's a pack where the kids aren't getting to do stuff, it's because they're not raising enough money. That money goes directly back to those packs and those troops. So if you want to get kids off their ass, get them out doing stuff, when you see that popcorn and those cookies for sale, go buy them. And trust me, I know the popcorn, it's expensive, but think of it as a donation, not as you're buying something and getting your value out of your money. It's really a donation. So some of the stuff we've done around here in the last week or two. First of all, every one of these fire extinguishers had to be replaced. They were out of hydro, so they were no longer serviceable. They had to be sent off. And all the emergency lighting, the batteries in them were swollen, so we had to do all new batteries and that stuff, new fire extinguishers. That cost us $875. Right back here you see this huge pile. That is all thin set. There are still some more here. We've been scraping this off by hand. We're probably about 80% done. The rest will get done today. I know there's machines you can rent that make that easier, but it really wasn't that big of an area to justify the cost of renting a machine. If we head over here, I'll show you some of the stuff. I've been chasing issues with lights that aren't working, trying to determine if it's bad bulbs or bad ballasts. This one I believe is a ballast issue. We've been replacing a bunch of missing covers and stuff, just all stuff to get this to pass code. Once we can get a occupancy permit, then I could start moving stuff up here. As far as the shop side goes, the business won't be moving in for another 4 or 5 months. This room, again, chasing more electrical gremlins in here. I've got a bunch of lights that aren't working, but something just stood out to me. There is a brand new light switch right here, and this one is not new. And I'm going to open that up and see if somebody messed something up when they installed that switch. As we keep moving, more covers and stuff that have been replaced. Really nothing all that interesting with that. More electrical gremlins. I have an entire case of overhead lights right there. We're going to put more lighting in this shop. I have a little bit of a leak on the roof. I believe it's coming from around the exhaust fan. So I'm going to have to get up on the roof and probably tar around that flashing. Obviously, I've showed you guys what all I need to redo in here. I was planning on keeping this room in the colors it already has, but there's a lot of grime and even damage on some of these walls. So I'm debating on repainting this entire room. So if I can get you guys, comment below, what color should my shop be? Let's see. We've got, I don't even know what you call this stuff. It's like some kind of like backer or something we need to get off the floors in here. And let me show you my giant mess, screw up, whatever you want to call it, I made. I'll put some pictures on the screen. But, turn some lights on. So this bathroom behind me right here, the valve, the water valve for that toilet was leaking. And I spent 2 weeks looking for a water shutoff valve to this building and could not find it. I've traced every bit of plumbing, right? So I know that it is possible to replace one of those live. It is not ideal, but we have no flooring down in here right now, and we do have floor drains, so I elected to do it live. When I went to cut the pipe, the copper cutter made it about 90% through, and then the water pressure blew the pipe off. When that did, it left me with this huge jagged flange, and I couldn't cram the shark bite on there. And again, this is not the ideal way to do this, but say you have a pipe rupture during winter or something and you need to hurry up and cap it off, you can cut that pipe and slam a shark bite on there real quick to stop the flow of water. So, again, it's not an ideal practice, but it is something you can do. Well, with that pipe flaring the way it did, water is shooting everywhere, and I could not get the shark bite to go on. It felt like an eternity. In reality, it was only 3 or 4 minutes. But I jumped up, I grabbed a pair of pliers, I ran outside to the street, I threw open the manhole cover, and I reached in, and I'm trying to turn the valve at the street, which you're not supposed to touch, but I was like, this is an emergency, I've got to get it turned. Would not turn. So I run back inside, and I take my copper cutter, and I go in there, I am just soaked. I cut the end off, and I was finally able to slam that on there. Again, this whole process was only 3 or 4 minutes, but it felt like an eternity. The water was ice cold, I was soaked, there was water everywhere, and I'm going to roll those pictures in right now. And as well, there will be a picture of how I got home that night. My wife drove me home in the bed of the truck because I was just completely soaked. So we finally got that on, and when we were cleaning up the water mess, I was down on my hands and knees cleaning stuff up, and I was under the sink in the other bathroom, and I find this little trap door near the floor under the sink. I open the little trap door. I found the water shutoff valve. So now we know where that is, but I made one hell of a mess doing it. So we were lucky that we don't have any flooring or anything down, so there was really no damage other than, I suppose, my ego. But I've got a pretty big ego, so a little bit of damage to it is not a bad thing. But I guess that's gonna kind of round out this video, guys. I will see you all in the next one. I love each and every one of you. Please give this video a big thumbs up, comment below, subscribe if you're not already subscribed, ring the notification bell, and in the description box there's links to all of our social media as well as our company website, hotheadstalls.com, where we make everything for horses right here in the USA, and there is a 5% off discount code. I'll see you all in the next one. I love you all. I'm out of here.